Hey guys, in today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to beat the hard AI in Planetary Annihilations. We both have a 1x economy rate and we're playing on a custom map with 70% water. Generally the strategy that I take is find somewhere with quite a lot of metal, obviously, generally as isolated as possible to reduce the chance of me spawning next to the AI. And when I land, which I'm doing right now, I'm going to try and place air factory or naval factory because of this map. If I was on a normal land map, I would place the bot factory and then potentially a vehicle one, but because of the nature of this map, with it being full of oceans, it's very important that you have very strong naval and air game. But generally, the air is more favourable early game because of its ability to get to metal nodes easily and scout out the area to find out where the AI is. After placing down the air factory, I'm going to focus on economy. So I'm just getting my commander to go around and place some electricity, and then I'm going to build mineral nodes with fabricators. Generally I try to use the air fabricators as little as possible because of how inefficient they are and slow in terms of build speed, but of course they have very good mobility, so they're quite favourable to use in some circumstances. I'm 2 minutes in now and I'm still continuing to build up my eco by placing down more metal nodes and more electricity plants, but the hard AI does like to rush quite early, so I'm going to have to place some defences quite soon. As you can see, I'm going to place down a naval factory to pump out as many troops as I can as early as possible. It's quite it's a very popular tactic to rush enemies with weak but plentiful armies so that you can divert their resources to defensive instead of attackive things. This means that you have more time to build up your own economy and build up your own advanced armies. Another way of doing this is to get bombers or some fast troops and scout out the area and try and find any unprotected metal nodes around their base. That way you can not only ruin their economy but also waste their time. I'm now placing in some anti-air turrets. Generally I like to do those first because the AI and humans as well like to send air attacks before anything else, or just scouting missions. I think this is because, well, you like to get a bit of an army before you send anything. So after I build up the anti-air, I'm going to put down some turrets and potentially even some catapults for this map, just to stop any rushes, with vessels. It's also important to note at this point my economy has catched up to 100%, but it won't stay like that forever, because if it does, that kind of means that you're not expanding properly. You should be, really ideally you should have 100%, but just be floating over the minimum. Now I have hit the 5-minute mark, so this is really when you're going to start to see attacks coming in, as you can see right there, and you should really at this point have protected your metal nodes, which are quite far away from your base. As you can see, I didn't protect that one over there, so I'm going to set up a little outpost or a defensive barrier that means they can't get to it. I'm also now going to make some scouts, which I'm going to send out across the planet. Generally I would have done this a lot sooner, but because I'm on a sea planet, I didn't feel it was a urgent need. But if you're on a very flat planet like a moon, you should do it. Well, it should be one of the first things that you do. So my scouts have found their base, and I've built a few extra naval factories. So now I know where they are. I'm going to focus my defences on the direction that I think they're going to come from. You have to also take in mind that they could take the long way around if they know that your base is weak, and this is a big consideration because the AI in this game, at least the default ones, kind of cheat, and they know exactly what your base looks like and exactly where your defenses are, so they might try and target a weak way in, as you can see the docks are doing right now. As you can see, I've hit the 10-minute mark, so this is what I consider mid-game. So by now you should be building or have built at least some advanced units. Of course this isn't always possible because you might have been attacked the whole time, and I am obviously being attacked, but I've got myself at least 10 ships which have the ability to be able to take out theirs, which is important, and I've got them on patrol around my base. A common mistake I see with advanced factories is people just building one of the same unit, and that's not going to really help you in the long run because it can be easily countered. For example, if you have a Leviathan, which is really good at long range battery, what if they send some T2 bombers over? You're screwed basically. So you need to have a bit of everything to counter everything that they throw at it. So I usually just put on a bit of everything and put it on constant and put it on patrol around my base. The first thing I would build with your T2 units is advanced radar, so that you can see most of the planet, and potentially a Hulkin or an anti-nuke. The reason I do that is they're very good at countering different strategies, such as tank rushes, or in this case naval rushes and nuke rushes. Oh, and don't forget to build T2 Phoenix Air units, as they basically stop any T2 bomber rush that they try to send your way. If your economy can support it, it's good to start building T2 defenses such as the flak cannons and the lasers to stop any rushes. They can be expensive, but if you can get a good layer with turrets overlapping around your base, then you're almost impenetrable to any T1 units they send your way. The next thing you're going to want to do is maybe send a little bit of a army to their base and see what they've got, and follow that straight up by advancing your defences, preferably getting a Hulkin in range of their base, if not getting it close to their base so that they feel pressured and can't expand in your direction. If you continue to do this successfully, they're going to have no chance of beating you. If you keep sending attacks and moving your defences closer to their base, also known as turtling, they're going to have no option but to attack you, and as long as you have good defences set up, they're going to have no chance. And now we're at the 20-minute mark. I've built up my armies, I've got tons of T2 naval and T2 air. I'm destroying his extractors and ruining his economy. I've pushed up my defences and destroyed some of his base, as you can see there. And now I'm just going to end it all by sending in my whole army. This is a risky move, but it's more than likely going to pay off. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to smash the like and subscribe. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below and tell me what you think I should do next time, or if you've got any video suggestions that you want me to try out, I'll give that a go. I'm going to leave the video playing so you can see how it ended out, but as you can see, it was quite an easy victory. See ya.